Hola, ¿cómo estás? It's me, Chelsea, for you, and I'm back today. Today I'm gonna be talking about sex reassignment surgery, and then I supposed to have a guest today from Barcelona, Spain, but we had like some issues with the connection and stuff. So I'm gonna do the first part of the video, and then the next video is gonna be the second part with my guest from Barcelona, Española. So yeah, so she's doing her transitions from male to female right now, and then she's gonna explain us and how is her experience going through transitions before the reassignment and gender. So yeah, I'm gonna start with some questions that I have from so many people, and then in my everyday life, even before having my YouTube channel, I used to have like people telling me on how does trans women do transitions and stuff. So today we're gonna be talking about this, and then we go sex reassignment surgery, male to female. So this sex reassignment surgery, or you can call it gender reassignment surgery as well, and then involves reshaping the male genitalia, which is the penis, and then into a form of appearance and as much as possible the functions of a female genitalia, which is the vagina. So yeah, basically it's changes from a penis to a vagina, to say in that way. So that's a sex reassignment surgery. So let's go to one of the questions, guys. It says, how do you start the transitions? So before any surgery, most of the people, they usually undergo with HRT, and then so these are the capital letters for hormones replacements therapy. Yeah, HRT, hormone replacement therapy, which is so basically when you're born as a male, you have testosterone in your body. So basically you replace these hormones until estrogens, which is the female hormone. You have to take estrogens now, so you have to get the level of testosterone, and then just go up with estrogens, which is the female hormones. So this is how you start taking pills for your transitions. So, but before this, we of course go through like a psychological procedure in your life, because it's not just easy to say I'm a trans woman, and you're a trans woman, but you don't start transitions tomorrow. No, you go through a psychologist test and stuff. They're gonna help you, and I think it's really important, and it's a really good part of everything, because you are born as a male, so your parents, they raised you like a male child. Then the way you talk, the way you move, the way you express yourself, and so this means like your mentality is different. And then when you come out as a trans woman, the whole process in your life, you have to change a lot of stuff. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you engage with people. Then your mind has to change. So it's not easy to change the environment, you know what I mean? So that's why it's so important to have like a psychologist test and support from a doctor and everything. And then before going to the surgery, this psychologist, he gonna do if you have done the process properly, and then he gonna sign a letter saying like you are allowed to do your surgery, which is something curious for me, because they have the power to decide if you're gonna be doing the sex reassignment or not. And then yeah, it is kind of important. So it's not easy to. It's not like, oh my god, tomorrow I'm gonna be trans and I'm gonna start a transition. No, you go through a process, and it's everything. It's everything is a process. So yeah, let's go for the second questions. It says, and at what age did you start your transitions? Or what age is there better, to start your transitions? And how long will you take hormones for? So, well, basically is you, as long as you start earlier transitions, it's gonna be an advantage for you. It's gonna be a good point in your life, because before puberty, you have like, you still in growth. So if you take, estrogens, or like, from before puberty, maybe your voice is gonna be like more softly, more like a female voice. Your hands, your body, your legs, your face is gonna look like very feminine. And then as long as you start earlier, of course, it's better. And then how long you would take hormones for? So basically, you take hormones for your long life, for the rest of your life. I got friends that are taking hormones for 3 years, 5 and 7. They notice like huge changes in their body and their voice, and then they notice like a lot of change. But it doesn't mean that you have to stop taking the hormones. No, you take them for the rest of your life. You never stop doing that. And it doesn't matter if you look very feminine, if you are like, this trans woman who pass in society, doesn't matter. You have to still take in hormones. And then let's go to the third question, which says, what will happen if you have to take hormones and then you stop them? Well, so basically, I think it's like any other people who is taking a treatment for the rest of your life. You're gonna have like, your body's gonna react back to you. It's gonna hit you back. Maybe you're gonna change your voice. You're gonna start talking like very, rough, and like, if you stop taking the hormones, because you have to have the levels of estrogens high, and then if you stop, then you're gonna have like, natural body's gonna make you have like more testosterone. Then you're gonna change your face. Your body's gonna hit you back, and you're gonna change even rough, in a male way, and the physique and how they look. So you don't stop taking hormones. And then I also read, and on the internet actually, that it says you're gonna experience menopause. So most of the people taking hormones and they stop, then they're gonna experience menopause, which is something interesting, because you might wonder, but you're a trans woman, how can you have the menopause if you don't have your period? Well, it doesn't mean that you have your period, not, but you go through menopause actually, because you're taking estrogens in your body, and you don't produce testosterone anymore. And then you experience like emotional situations, and then even when you take your hormones and you don't stop, then you experience like emotional situations, like very, very emotional. For example, I heard experiences of friends of mine that if you drop the book and you start crying, like, oh, my books, I'm so sorry, I'm so stupid. So yeah, just because you drop your book or you drop your phone to the floor or something, you start crying, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so stupid, how did it happen? Which is something, because you're taking hormones, something natural, you're gonna feel emotional things. And then, so that will be the third questions actually. Let's go through the fourth. It's gonna be, what surgery does a transsexual person normally do? A part of sex reassignment and surgery. Well, so before doing the sex reassignment surgery, there is a associated surgeries that may elect to undergo, that people may elect to undergo. You have like vaginoplasty, you have facial feminization surgery, you have breast augmentations, and other procedures. But being honest, you know, people start doing face feminizations when you do your transitions and you want to do like some kind of surgeries in your body, because we as a trans women, we want to look as feminine as we can. We want to look as femme as we can, you know, like beautiful women and stuff. We don't want to do competition to any other women. And no, that's not the reason why. We just want to look as good as women, as femme, you know, as female, you know, soul. So that's why you do your facial, you know, feminizations. You want to look like, you know, as beautiful as you can. And then you do Botox and stuff, which is something natural. And then before the vaginoplasty, actually, you do facial feminization, then you can do like breast augmentations. So because, you know, it's the enlargement of the breast and breast. So when you take estrogens, is responsible for the fat distributions in your hips, in your buttocks, and your breast, and then you take progesterone. The progesterone, you're responsible for developing the actual male glands. So yeah, so with estrogens you enlarge the breast, and then with the progesterone you develop male glands. So you can, you know, milky. and it's something interesting, right? Because when you take the hormones, actually your body changes from the inside. You start having the functions of a woman does. That's why your skin changes, you lose your hair, you lose everything. So it's everything changes on you. And then so we, you know, as trans women, most of the people does voice feminization surgery, which is something risky. It is really risky. You have to take the risk of doing it. No one can make sure that you're gonna change your voice, and then that's why people think twice before doing it. But for that, you have very variations of class of voice feminizations on YouTube or any other platforms, on internet websites. And then yeah, because this reminds me, for example, there is a movie that is called Trans America. So in the beginning of the movie, there is a trans woman is trying to change her voice. So how they do the voice feminization is they put the finger, the finger in the thumbs and in the thumb, and they do like so they try to find the tone for the voice, and then it's better than doing surgery. And in my experience, for example, I'm so lucky that I have like a very, you know, soft voice, and yeah, I can change my voice too. So, for example, when I'm talking to the guys in the phone, I'm like, oh hi, oh how are you? I'm fine, thank you. I'm just very good, just, you know, doing my YouTube videos. Okay, bye. So this is my voice. And this is my natural voice 24/7, every second of my life. I don't fake it. And then I'm very lucky in these aspects, really. So yeah, this is one thing that we do voice feminizations. Then you have like facial shave, which is the Adam apple. It's a procedure to reduce the Adam apples. And then so this is something, the Adam apple is something that most of the trans women they do. It's not risky, it's a surgery, but it's not like really risky. And then, you know, you recover, you close, you recover, then you can do laser and you can remove, and you know, scars that you have. And then, when I have my experience about the Adam's apple, when I used to be a gender fluid, before coming out as a trans woman, I used to be gender fluid. And so I used to play, with both roles, female and male. And in fact, my Adam's apple, it didn't bother me at all. And then it was something that I didn't notice, right? Because I still have it. It's not like then since I came out as a trans woman, I try to feel that my Adam's apples bother me right now, because as a trans woman you want to look as femme that you can. So sometimes when I'm on the train, with my AirPods on, I put the volume not onto the top so I can hear people around what they talk and everything. And then it's happened in situations where I was in the National Rail, and then there was a group of girls, and then they were looking at me like, trying to sneak over, and they tried to clock me. And I was like, bitch, they tried to clock me, and then it's like they were looking at me, they were talking between each other, and then they were like, oh my god, is a man or a woman? Like, oh my god, she looks so sexy, I was like, I look fierce, bitch, I look better than you. But they were trying to clock me, and they were trying to look like, and then I was going through stations, and I just look up to check, where I am, and I was like, oh no, it's the next stop. So I just keep looking at my phone. So when I did this move, they just look into my Adam's apple, and they were, start screaming between each other like, oh my god, it's a dude, it's a dude, it's a dude. And I was like, oh fuck. So that moment I felt, and I felt like ashamed. And I shouldn't really, but it was the first time my Adam's apple bothered me really, because it's the easy way for people to clock you if you look very femme. So yeah, that was my experience really. And then you have like a lot of surgeries that you can do in your body, of course, and then you have the sex reassignment surgery. So this is a surgery that not everyone can do, because first of all it's expensive, right? It's way too expensive, and most of the people don't have the money to do it. But in some countries, for example, you're lucky enough to apply for, to the government surgeries, and they put you in a waiting list, which is the experience of my friend from Barcelona. She's in a waiting list. Her name is Abby, alright? So she's in the waiting list in Barcelona, in the government of Spain. And then if I'm not wrong, she's waiting from the 2013. And so, yeah, she told me she's supposed to have the surgery this year, but because coronavirus situations, they have to postpone, they have to cancel. And I feel so sorry really, but I wish this coronavirus ends as soon as possible so she can have her surgery. And then, so most of the trans people living in Europe, for example, some of them are very lucky to live in countries that they support trans women or LGBT community. And then Abby, she's one of the lucky trans friends that I have. And then I have so many trans friends in South America, so it's kind of sad for their experience, because in South America you have to look after you. Actually, you don't have like very much support from the governments to do a surgery, so they have to work hard and get their money, and then do the surgery by paying from their pockets. And then it's not something that everyone can do, and then it's not something like everyone does as well. Not all trans women that do the reassignment sex, and then not all trans women have the lucky to do it. So it's the last surgery that a trans woman actually can do, the sex reassignment sex. And then yeah, we're gonna be talking about this in the second part of the video with my friends, with my guest, and she's gonna explain us more how does it work and everything, guys. So that was for everything really today, and I hope I just give you a little of knowledge to share and everything. And just wait for the second video. It's gonna be more interesting because I'm gonna have my guest. She's gonna tell us her experience, and I think it's gonna be interesting, really. Okay, I'm so happy to be here again. Another week, new video, and hope you enjoy, really, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.